Welcome to the Manifesting Mum podcast. I'm Gemma, the Manifesting Mum. Listen up, gorgeous soul. Manifesting is an inside job. If you want to transform your life, you must transform yourself first. Why? Because you don't manifest what you think, you manifest what you believe. And I'm here to help you change your beliefs so you can create anything you want. In these episodes, we're going to dive deep into all things manifesting and mindset with a dash of woo-woo. So if you're the type of mum that's sick of feeling unfulfilled, tired of being overwhelmed, and is totally ready to wake up every day loving life, then it's your time to learn how to make it all happen with courage, confidence, and most importantly, with love. This is going to be life-changing, so let's do this. Hey there, beautiful Manifesting Mum, and welcome to this episode of the Manifesting Mum podcast. If you're new to the Manifesting Mum podcast, if you just happen to stumble across me through iTunes or the amazing universe that exists out there, a huge welcome. My name is Gemma. I'm the Manifesting Mum, and it's my absolute joy to be sitting here recording this podcast, and it blows my mind to think that there are people all over the world that are listening to this and are doing so way later than I'm actually recording it. So it's absolutely incredible. So if you're listening to this on the podcast, hello. If you're catching me on YouTube, you can actually see me. So hi, how you going? You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. This podcast episode, I'm just gonna talk. I do that anyway, but normally I have a bit of a structure and an idea about what I want to talk about and where I want to go with this, but I'm just going to do what comes naturally right now. I'm just going to share some words of wisdom and some inspiration that have been inspired by just a message that I just literally received from a client of mine that I worked with through my private coaching program a few months back, which I'll just share. I'll share it anonymously, but I'll share what she wrote to me, which really just just sitting in the bliss of it at the moment. But I want to share it with you because I just want you to just understand what's actually possible for you. And also, it's also inspired by a live that I did this morning, because by the time you're listening to this, 21 Days of Abundance will have wrapped up. If you're like, oh, I've got no idea what you're talking about, then you will probably still find day 1 of 21 Days of Abundance on the podcast. The rest of the 21 days, the whole 21-day package has been put together, and it's actually in with my students in my money mindset makeover program, Aligned and Abundant. They're enjoying those 21 days of absolute inspiration, motivation, and words of wisdom. So, but I did, I just want to share with you. I just want to be really present to the energy that is in existence for the people that I know are going to actually listen to this, and really just be present with you and just share from the heart about what I really know to be true from my own experience and journey, away from being in a space of just absolute struggle, absolute struggle and pain and suffering was all a choice. But I was there nonetheless, to this place where I'm at in my life that just feels incredible. It's like the dream that you never wake up from. It really is. I don't always feel like that, though. I just want to say, I don't always wake up every day and think, my God, my life is a dream. Am I ever going to wake up from this? So I still find myself going back to some default patterns of struggling and a bit of, worry and fear and anxiety. I think it's just natural and normal. We do that, but I really am in a pinch myself life, I've got to say. But I wasn't always there. And manifesting has really been a gift that has given me the opportunity to step into my power to create things that I never thought, it's not even that I never thought were possible. I didn't even think them. That's how impossible they were. And that's what I say to people all the time. You actually don't even know what's possible for you, because your level of thinking is where it's at right now. And what's actually truly your potential doesn't even exist in your realm of thinking right now. It never really does. Because as we constantly grow and expand, so do our dreams, so does our potential. We just keep growing, and that's the joy. That is the absolute gift that, manifesting gives to you. But it's not even just manifesting. It's how I approach manifesting. I don't approach manifesting from the magical side of things. Don't get me wrong. I fully, wholeheartedly believe in the magic of manifesting. I would not be here right now recording this podcast episode for you if magic had not appeared in my life, okay? I want to be very clear on that. It's just that I teach the simple, easy, and practical steps of manifesting. So particularly people that are new to manifesting, don't feel so like overwhelmed by it, and also don't feel like it's something that, oh, I'm not a spiritual person, so I can't, like, I don't do crystals, I don't do new moon ceremonies, like I don't meditate, I don't do all those things, so I can't manifest, okay? And whilst here I am wearing crystals and I've got crystals all over here and I meditate on a daily basis, I wasn't always that way. It was a journey to get to that point. But manifesting happened in my life because I just did things that just, I felt really drawn and connected to, and it was really simple and easy. And the things that were really simple and easy show up in the easiest way possible. It's when we make things hard that they really show up in a very, very hard way. So, as I said, I'm going to go all over the place with this episode. So I really hope you stay in with me, because normally I share something that's pretty structured and I have like tips and tricks and things for you, but I just really want to talk to you today. I just really want to talk to you. And I've got to tell you, I so wish that I was standing in front of you right now. I really do. And it just makes me realize how much I really need to get my community together, and I really need to do some sort of live event. So if you're listening to this and you're like, oh my God, Gemma, that would be amazing, can you please reach out to me on Instagram stories, screenshot this episode and tag me and say, yes, Gemma, I would love to connect with you face to face and chat about all things manifesting and life and what's possible, and really just be inspired and be surrounded by other people that want that. If you want that, can you tag me in Instagram stories or reach out to me at hello@themanifestingmums.com, or like send a carrier pigeon or something? Like, do something, let me know, like that you would love a live event, because I really feel like I love my podcast, but I really feel like I want to just be in a room with people and connect with your energy. Anyway, needless to say, again, lots of digressing, but I just want to share with you, okay? So if you're on YouTube, you'll be able to see this, but I did day 18 of 21 Days of Abundance today, and I use angel oracle cards a lot in my life. I have for like 15 years. Okay, I use them a lot. They've really been like, at some points, a lifesaver for me. I don't say that as an off the cuff comment, by the way, either. Like, they really have pulled me out of some very dark times. So I have the Doreen Virtue Messages from Your Angels oracle cards. What your angels want you to know. It's a 44 card deck with guidebook. I've had it for, God, I honestly can't remember. I'm sure it's like close to 15 years. I have not pulled it out and used it. So if you're on YouTube, there it is right now. I have not pulled it out and used it for so long. And as I was driving home from dropping my daughter at school this morning, and I was thinking about what it was that I was called to share with everyone on day 18 of 21 Days of Abundance, it came to me, not just pull a card, but pull a card from this deck, because I've got other decks, right? Pull a card from this deck. And I was like, okay, great, I better go home and wipe the dust off it. So I went home and wiped the dust off it. I got on live and I pulled the card. And as I was pulling it, right, I was shuffling the cards. And then I realized as I was shuffling the cards that there was one card that was facing the wrong way round, or the other way round, okay? So actually, as I open up the deck right now, this is all happening live as I'm recording, I've just realized there is actually another card all by its little lonesome facing up, that's calling out to me to share with you ladies on the podcast. So that's really exciting. I'm going to share that with you. I'm going to share that with you in a second, okay? Oh my God, it's a really great card. Okay, it's a really great card too. Oh my God, I'm so excited that that's come up. Okay, so, but there was this one card, okay, that was just, it's the only one I saw. So I don't know how the other one appeared. Anyway, but it was all by its lonesome. I thought it was all by its lonesome, was turned up the only one, face the other way around. And so it jumped out at me. Anyway, that card is from the angel Astara. And the card says, you deserve the best. Reach for the stars with your dreams and desires and don't compromise. What an amazing card is that? Like, that was the message that needed to be shared. Let me share the additional message with you, okay? In the past, you have settled for less than you wanted, but no more. I'm here to raise your standards. I'm also here to show you that you need not suffer in any way. It isn't selfish to desire a better life. Mamas, you need to hear that from me, okay? The more that you receive, the more you are able to give to others. When you allow us to give to you, you're also supplied with all the necessary tools for your life's purpose. You also inspire others when you show that the spiritual path gives you all the support you could ever need. God and the angels want you to enjoy your life. Happiness is a holy part of your divine mission. Whatever we can do to bring joy and peace into your life, please ask. We have noticed a reluctance on your part to ask for help. Can anyone relate to that? Hands up. Perhaps you have felt that you didn't deserve good, or that you would be taking away from someone else if you received our help. Yet God only knows abundance. And humans, as in you and me, are the only ones who believe in scarcity. This card is a reminder that God and the angels can only intervene if you request our help. They can only intervene when you decide what you want. That's really what it is too. Like, they can't want for you what you don't want for yourself. It doesn't matter that abundance is the only thing that exists. Like, God can't be sitting there going, hey, I need to give this person abundance. They're like God, universe, source, whatever you want to call it, right? Is basically, first of all, not subjective. So it's not really having any conscious thought anyway, but it doesn't have the capacity to do that. It's literally going, I only know abundance. Like, you've just got to energetically align with it. Like, why are you not energetically aligned with it? Why are you stuck in this place of fear and scarcity and lack? You know, why not just believe that what exists is abundance? That's the truth of what is available to you. That was the card that I pulled this morning, and that's really inspired me to get on and share that with you. Like, you deserve the best. Reach for the stars and your dreams and with your dreams and desires, and don't compromise. Don't compromise. Don't settle. Don't settle. You don't have to settle. Just because you think that way doesn't mean it's true, okay? The truth is abundance. That's the truth. It's your birthright. Anything away from that, okay, doesn't exist. All right? So I wanted to share that with you because that's inspired me to get on and just talk to you and just really help you believe, you know, that you deserve the best. You just got to reach for the stars with your dreams and desires. And what really triggered me to share that with you, as well as when I shared it on day 18 of 21 Days of Abundance, was that a client of mine who I haven't heard from in ages reached out to me this morning and sent me this beautiful message, and I want to share it with you anonymously now. And she says, hi, Gemma, I hope you're doing great. I just wanted to say thank you again for the time you spent with me and how much it has changed my life. Abundance is flowing to me in amounts that make me tear up. Makes me tear up now, actually, because anyway. I read through my vision that I wrote with you, and nearly all the things on there that I dreamt of have manifested into reality. I'm still working and learning on this whole taking control of my life thing, but I can generally say I'm freaking enjoying the ride. The tools and beliefs you helped me discover have radically changed my life. Thank you so much once again. And then she says, I hope you're feeling very blessed, content, and achieved today. Well, I tell you what, darling, after reading that, I'm beyond feeling blessed. Like, I was feeling blessed before. Now I'm just like, I'm feeling blessed, because I just, like, this client that I worked with, beautiful. One of my clients are beautiful souls. Oh, everyone's you're all beautiful. You really are. But yeah, I remember the work I did with this gorgeous, gorgeous girl and the dreams that she had. And when she came to me, she really was, I remember we talked specifically about money and what she wanted to create. And I remember her saying to me, this is what I want in my life through my business every single week, I think it might have been. And I remember just getting this feeling, and it's not really my job to tell people what they want in my life, but I remember just this feeling came through me, and this message came through me for her. And I just said to her, honey, you're not even close. Like, this is not even, like, that number that you're pulling out is like a scratch. It's like a blip. Like, what is available to you is so much greater than that. And to now hear that she was, you know, the fact that I could help her dream into that potential, and then she could actually go forth and take what I taught her and make that a reality within the space of a few short months, is just, again, testament to the fact that this stuff works. Like, what I teach works. Like, my life, I've seen it in my life, but now I get to see it for my students and my clients too. Now I get to see this show up. Like, I get messages from you all the time just from listening to the podcast about how things are changing. which is fantastic. But, this client, she started to realize I deserve the best. And she started to reach for the stars with her dreams and her desires and didn't compromise. Even though it felt a little bit scary at times for her, she just didn't. She lent into that. She really lent into that and questioned all the BS stories that were coming up for her as to why it wasn't possible. And now it's actually showing up in her life. Like the deep subconscious reprogramming work that I do. And this particular client, I just want to tell you, nothing significant happened. No big traumas, okay? Like people might come to me and think, okay, Gemma, like obviously you've experienced a big trauma. You lost your mum. Like that's very significant. Like that's traumatic. That's a big trauma. But I work with lots of clients, lots of students that come to me sometimes and go, Gemma, I don't really have anything bad happening in my life. It doesn't matter. Like it still leaves an imprint. And when you can understand that and shift and clear it, then you're free to go forth and create whatever you want, just like my clients and my students do, which is just absolutely amazing. So I was so happy to receive that and to share that with you, because I think also it's just like sometimes it's about proof, like not just proof for me, but for you too. It's like when you're sitting there going, God, I don't know if it's possible, just the more proof you can get that regular people, like regular normal people, like we're just regular people. Everyone's regular, like no one's special, no one's more special than anyone else. But when people have achieved different things in their life, we put them on pedestals, we make them better than us. And I know you might not be a conscious thing, but for a lot of us, we do that. We do that subconsciously. Like I'm not good enough comes up over and over again. I'm not as good as them. I'm not good enough. They've got that. They must be better than me. I'm not as good as them. It comes up all the time. So it is important, I think, to get proof, but it's also important to not compare your life to others. And not like where this becomes really, really important is look for the proof. But then what happens, right, is we go into the stories. So here's this person we admire on Instagram. They've got the life. They're like, oh my God, this life, I'd love this. I'd love to be having this business, experiencing this, having this, whatever it is. That would be great. And then we go into the judgments and the comparison. I'm not as pretty as that girl. My photos aren't as good on Instagram as that person. I'm not as confident as that person. All these judgments, like I'm not that person. Therefore, I can't have that, and they're all just stories that you tell yourself, and they can be cleared. Like really, they can be cleared and you can be free of those. You can really have the capacity to see them. They never go away, the stories, by the way. I don't ever want to give you the impression that those negative stories that are keeping you stuck go away. What happens is you see those negative stories and they just don't keep you as stuck anymore. Like that's the biggest thing, is that I get far out. Every day I wake up and I still have to go through the process of like, oh my God, there's that negative story again. There's that fear that's showing up again for me. Oh, there's that. But this time I don't let it keep me stuck anymore. I don't let it allow me to stay where I am. I see it for what it is. And I feel the way it makes me feel. Like I allow it to feel that and experience that, but I see it for what it is. I don't buy into the truth of it anymore. I'm like, that's just bullshit. Like anything's possible. It doesn't feel like it is right now, maybe, or it feels like a struggle, but I know that I've just got to work through it. Just keep working through it. Keep working through it. And I do that. Being able to clear on a subconscious level makes that conscious process so much easier. Like I can see it so clearly as a result of that. It's why it's so effective. But also, as I was obviously reading that other card to you, the Angel Astara card, as I was pulling through the deck, I noticed there was another card flashing up the wrong way out of all of them that I didn't see before. And this one is from Angel Azure. And this is an amazing card too. So I'm excited because so this is a message. If you're listening to this podcast, trust me, this message is for you. It's for you. You need to hear this message, all right? So give me your attention for the next couple of minutes because I'm going to read to you what Angel Azure has to say for you. This is what she wants you to know. Your desired outcome will occur in the very near future. Have patience and faith and don't try to force it to happen. Oh my God, what an amazing card. All right, I'm going to read the additional message. Yes, you will receive your wish. However, divine timing means that patience and positive visualization are needed right now. Ask me to help buoy your faith so that you don't slip into negativity. You can speed up the process of answered prayers by having more faith in their inevitability. Conversely, doubts or worries about how your prayers will be answered will slow them down. Remember that the how of answered prayers is up to the divine wisdom of the Creator. Can you just sit with that for a second? Let's all just sit with that for a moment. I'm going to read that again. Remember that the how of answered prayers is up to the divine wisdom of the Creator. It's not up to you. It's not your responsibility to figure it out. Your responsibility is to say, this is what I want, and for you to stay in a place of faith and positive visualization and patience. That's what she's saying to you. Although you may feel urgency or even panic about your prayers, please trust that we angels are working nonstop behind the scenes to help you. Keep surrendering and releasing these worries and fears to God and the angels. The more that you can stay centered in faith, the more easily we can assist you. That's a pretty epic message. I got to tell you, I needed to hear that message right now too. So that's just as much for me as for anyone else. That's amazing. Your desired outcome will occur in the very near future. Have patience and faith and don't try to force it to happen. Okay. We all need these reminders. This is all it is. It's a reminder. Like, you are not doing this alone. You're not doing this alone. But this is what I so commonly see all the time when it comes to manifesting is I believe, right? I believe that it's going to happen for me, but I don't know how. Which, by the way, if you have that, if you're going, yes, oh my God, that's me. Yes, nodding along. Yep, I believe it's going to happen. I don't know how. Let me just tell you, you actually don't believe it's going to happen. The reason that you are stuck in that space of how is because you actually don't believe it's going to happen. Okay, you don't believe, because if you believed it was going to happen, you actually would not even, like, you just like, well, I don't know how it's going to happen. It doesn't really matter because it is going to happen. How it happens is just how it happens. I can't see it right now. I'm just going to do what I do and allow myself to be guided through intuition and to let it all happen. But all the time, I see it all the time, because I ask you ladies in my community often, like, where are your struggles? What do you believe? And I always hear back so often, more often than not, yes, I can see what I want. I just can't see how it's going to happen. But you don't need to see how it's going to happen. But when you stay stuck in focusing on how it's going to happen, then you're actually not living in a space of faith at all. Like, you're so fixated on how it's going to happen that you don't actually believe that it's possible for you unless you can see the intricate steps of how it's actually going to unfold. All right. But it doesn't need to be that way. Let go. That's what Angel Azur is saying to you. Let it go. Release. Let go. It's safe for you to release and let go. And stay centered in faith. Faith is a practice, by the way. And when I'm talking about faith as in, religious connotations of faith, like, faith is just a belief that it's done. It's done. And timing is timing. Like, what's time anyway? What does it matter if it's done right now, or if it's done in a week, or if it's done in 365 days? Like, if you live as though it's done every single day, then you are going to feel the joy that you actually want to feel when that thing arrives in your life. Like, why delay your gratification waiting for something to arrive? Why not just choose to feel it now? Because it feels better. Feels better than feeling into that negativity. It doesn't mean you're not going to experience negativity. We do. We're human beings with a full spectrum of emotions that we're allowed to experience, and it's safe to have all of those. It's safe to feel good. It's safe to feel bad. Okay, it's safe to feel everything in between. Like, it's totally okay to experience all of that, but see it for what it is, and just stay centered in your faith. Let go of your worries. Like, worries are just fruitless. It's just a fruitless regurgitation of the same thought over and over again that hasn't even manifested in your reality anyway, until you keep fixating on it, in which case it actually will. Like, we're energetic beings, and I know that you've heard that from me before, but we're energetic beings. We're in an energetic universe, and the only way to communicate with the Creator is on an energetic level. So if you're staying fixated in the worry and the fear and the doubt and the uncertainty and the how, then that's exactly what's going to be, you're going to be an energetic match for. Be in the space, release. Remember, the how of answered prayers is up to the divine wisdom of the Creator. I love that. I love that, knowing that we can hand it over. that's not our full responsibility. We don't need to control. We can let it go. It will be taken care of from us. Ugh, that just makes me feel so good, you know? And if it doesn't, like, you know, maybe you've got a deadline for when you want something to create. I know I certainly do often as well. But what I keep reminding myself of is if it doesn't happen this time, it's going to happen another time because it's done. And what's the time? Where's the rush? Like, just be with the experience that you're going through right now. Be present to it and enjoy. You know, as I'm recording this, like I really am, I'm sitting looking out my window, looking at the most beautiful trees outside, the beautiful blue sky, just thinking, fuck me. What a life. 10 years ago, this was not the view that I was looking out of. I can tell you that right now. And I didn't even want to look out the window. I wanted to close the blinds of my life and literally live in the dark. And that's exactly what I was doing, was living in the dark, both metaphorically and physically too. And now I live in the light. Oh, brings tears, actually makes me feel incredibly emotional, because when I really, you know, think about what's possible for you, we just don't even know. 10 years ago, I would never have even tapped into a slight dream of where my life would be right now. Ever. 10 years. And 10 years has flown by so quickly. It really has. I know during the time it doesn't feel that way, but it really has. So much is, I just want you, the message for today, so much is available to you. It really is. There is no reason that you can give me as to why you can't fully have what you want without compromising. You don't need to compromise. It doesn't have to be that way. And that's the message I really want to share with you today. That abundance, whatever that looks like for you, is available to you. It's completely possible. And it's time to believe that. It really is time to believe that. Okay. So thank you for joining me for my very non-focused, all over the place Manifesting Mum podcast. If you loved this episode and you took something away from it, one of the best ways that you can let me know, and maybe even to thank me and say, yeah, this is helping me, is to get onto Instagram stories, screenshot on the device that you're watching this on, or even little video, and share with me what your biggest breakthrough was for you, any aha moments that you had, any, you know, little epiphanies that went, oh my God, yes, I got it now, I'm getting it. I'd love to hear from you. Make sure you tag me at the Manifesting Mums on Instagram. Otherwise, you can reach out to me in any of my socials. I'm so excited for what's coming up for all of you. The message is very clear. It's there for you. Be patient, have faith. It will be yours. Honestly, it will be. You just have to hold a space of faith for it, okay? All right, that is it for me today. Much, much, much love from me to you. And I really just want you to know that today anything is possible and it is going to happen for you, okay? Have a beautiful day wherever you are, and I can't wait to see you on the very next episode of the Manifesting Mum podcast.